So thank you everyone for joining us at our Meet the Expert session on Tanzu Advanced. My name is Pat Johnson. I'm a product marketing manager for Tanzu. And Corby, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Corby. I'm a staff solutions architect from over at VMware, and my background is in software development.
So we're here to answer your questions, obviously. One of the things that we're going to kick off, though, is a short presentation to kind of give a refresher on Tanzu Advanced, if you're not as familiar with it, and also do that through kind of a role play, a day in the life of Cody, the developer, and Alana, the operator. So just a few slides here, a little role play, and then we'll get into questions. So to set some context, I hope that you're hearing at VMworld this year that we've announced the VMware Cross-Cloud Services. We're really excited about this way that it's a family of services that enable you to build, run, and secure your applications across any cloud. And this gives you that freedom for your applications with the control you need across clouds. And just to give you some context of where Tanzu Advanced sits within this is the app platform segment there on the far left. And the app platform areas where, we're really focusing on helping you to build and run cloud native applications, and Tanzu Advanced is there. So Tanzu Advanced capabilities enable you to accelerate and secure and scale your modern applications across clouds continuously. It's really designed to merge that iterative developer experience with the operation of applications so that both your development teams and your operations teams can get things to your customers faster and enable those great customer experiences as well as better business outcomes too. And just another refresher on what's inside Tanzu Advanced in case you aren't as familiar with all of the different piece parts, but it's a pretty comprehensive stack of capabilities. And it starts with this base of Tanzu Kubernetes Grid, which is our open source aligned Kubernetes distribution. Then we have a layer of connectivity that's based off of leading technology from VMware's networking business. We have NSX Advanced Load Balancer, and we've also got container networking with Entria there. And then we've included a pretty comprehensive developer experience above that with Spring runtimes. We've got cloud native runtimes for your serverless Kubernetes operation. We have an API portal for discovery and management of your APIs. There's a container build service, an application catalog, and a SQL database. So there's a ton of capabilities that we built into this platform that is ready for you to use. And then at the very top here is the global management plane. And this is where we have the kind of cross-cloud capabilities in particular in terms of managing all of this. Mission control, which is your Kubernetes operation, observability of apps and clusters across clouds, and then service mesh for the ability to protect and secure your microservices in runtime. So today, Corby and I are going to take you through this day in the life of Cody and Alana to show you many of these capabilities I've just referenced in how they're used to support both that development concerns and those operational concerns. And in this pretty quick role play, we're going to go from getting a development environment set up to building the container, to adding a database, and then to observing the application behavior. And let's quickly look at the tools that you'll see in use in this role play exercise. So first, we're going to talk about Tanzu Mission Control, and this is where we'll provision and manage clusters. And then we're going to build that container automatically with Tanzu Build Service. And then we're going to be able to source some building blocks for our application, particularly database in this context with Tanzu Application Catalog. And finally, we're going to be able to see that application and cluster performance with Tanzu observability. All right. I know that was a quick overview, but we're going to launch into our demo now.
All right, great. Well, I've transferred into Cody, the application developer. Alana, I'm so glad you're here to help me because I'm really excited. The line of business has tasked me with getting this new application out. It's a sensor data tracking application that's going to be able to generate and store data. I've been developing it on my local desktop, and it's just a regular Spring application here that I've been writing the code for. I've got it working locally, but I have to tell you, I've not actually gotten to the point where I've written any Docker files or Kubernetes deployment descriptors. I'm not programming to any cloud level APIs. So I don't really know how to deploy it. I want to get this into a containerized environment where I can get, elasticity and self-healing and auto-scaling and consistency of deployments and all this stuff. But I haven't done any of the groundwork yet. I mean, I don't even have a place to run this yet. Can you help me out?
Oh, sure. So, first and foremost, we got to get you set up with an environment. So I'm able to go into Tanzu Mission Control here and get you set up so you can be productive really fast. I've got, through Mission Control, I can provision your cluster, and then I've got this visibility across all my Kubernetes environments, whether they're on vSphere with Tanzu or Kubernetes from any other vendor that's a conformant Kubernetes distribution. And then I can also manage policy. I can do backup and restore and do the lifecycle management of my clusters from this console. So it's that one-stop shop for me. And this is where I'm going to spin up your cluster. So do you have that available for you now, Cody?
Yeah, well, that's great, but I have to tell you, I'm a little bit skeptical at this point. I still haven't written anything with Kubernetes yet. You gave me this this workload YAML piece to advertise my Git repo to the platform, and it looks like it's just starting to build the container for me. What's going on here?
Well, our compliance requirements really mandate that all of the software that we put out there is validated during the build process. We need to build it on validated and secure images. So we've actually, implemented the standard through Tanzu Build Service, and that enables us to generate application images from source code using a central repository of approved libraries and operating system layers. And it's really efficient and it's fully automated for us. So it saves us time in operations, and it saves you time because it's all automagic for you in development. We're using this thing called cloud native build packs that are part of the build service, and that contains all the logic of how to build an application, so you don't have to write your own Docker file anymore. And the build packs also provide those standard base for all the container images. And really great thing that we like in operations about build service is that it enables us to automatically update the container if there's a security vulnerability that happens. And we can update this really fast. And we don't have to come back to you as the developer to do anything. We can automatically update those underlying layers. And our management teams and our security teams love this as well because, when they want to understand the security profile or the hygiene of our containers, we can just show them the receipts. Basically, we can show them that when we last built the containers, and we have the audit trail of all of that, so the source code provenance, all of that's available for them.
That's nuts, because I didn't have to do anything in terms of security hardening and performance optimization of the container, and 22 seconds ago it built it out for me. And if I check it out, that's my application. You did it, Alana. It's running on the platform. Excellent. This is really good. One of the problems right now is I'm still running an in-memory database. I am going to need a actual database to run this, but don't knock yourself out. I think I found something on Docker Hub here. No, that's a Bitcoin miner. Found it. I got a MySQL database. Just give me permissions and I'll get this deployed here.
Hey, Cody, hold on just 1 second there too. We really don't like, folks just pulling out a Docker Hub or just random images off the internet. Things can get really suspect for us in our production environment. So, we need to make sure the source of all the things that we're putting into our applications is fully validated and compliant with the organization. So we are leveraging Tanzu Application Catalog for that. And that's providing us a steady stream of validated open source images and Helm charts. And the beauty of Tanzu Application Catalog is that we can provide these images to you automatically and know that they're continuously verified. So, they are always updated, and we know that we're working with the latest things. We don't have to worry about the source code provenance of those pieces. And I think it's going to save you a lot of time and effort too. You're not going to have to go and search for these files on the internet somewhere in a Docker file or a Docker Hub. You're going to be able to just come to the catalog here and pull the things are going to work for our organization. So is that going to work for you?
I think so. I mean, you just publish this image to me and I can just use it as it is. That's even easier than Docker Hub. It's Alana Hub. This is great. So now I got my application running. I got my database taken care of, but I need to get some sort of visibility into how the application is running in the environment so I can troubleshoot issues or be aware if the application is not performing well.
Okay, so let me get you set up with Tanzu Observability. So this is where you can get visibility into your running applications. Is this the type of thing you're looking for?
Oh man, this is great. So this gives me runtime metrics to my application, like memory and CPU utilization, but it also goes down to the request level. There's distributed tracing on my application requests, and it gives me an error profile whenever exceptions are thrown on here. This is what I need to be able to talk to users about the running behavior of my application.
That's great. And, I'm excited about Tanzu Observability from operations standpoint too, because the same tooling I can use to manage cluster environments. I can see what's happening across the environment, my entire enterprise on any cloud I'm working on. And, at a glance, I can see that memory consumption on a cluster and understand when I might need to add capacity to scale my cluster. And I can be a lot more proactive, keeping our applications running.
Wow. Thank you very, very much. So what did we learn from all this?
Yeah, what kind of, from your experience, Cody, what did you find, the benefits of this type of environment for you?
Was an application developer, it's great because I didn't actually have to change the way that I do things. I was able just to extend the regular development process that I have for being able to run stuff locally, and all the hard decisions in terms of how to get that properly configured and deployed for the operational environment were made transparent to me. I just got access to a running application. I didn't have people breathing down my neck in terms of auditing and tickets and oversight, and do I have the latest security patches and CVEs, and did I configure network access properly and all that stuff. I was just able to code and go.
That's awesome. Well, and that's kind of the benefit that I love about it too, is that I'm taking away a lot of that toil on your plate. So we're able to do things in a more automated fashion and so that way too, they're more secure and compliant and saving us all at the end of the day. We can also find problems more quickly and fix them with things like observability. And we know that, if we find problems like CVEs that are out there, we can get those things updated really quickly through the automatically rebuild the containers and get them redeployed into across all the clusters, so that, we're always out there with secure code. And that's going to be really important for us.